Mr. Henry, I forgot to ask you. Last night you made me a promise. There was sort of a bond offered. You said if one thing goes your way, I will have a friend for life. Would you say one thing went your way?
I guess I'd say a couple things went my way. I even liked the pizza.
Well, don't say that in front of Bookfar.
I'll make some more tonight.
Oh, well, what I'm trying to say is, I'll be your friend for as long as you want me to.
All right, then. Couple things went your way, couple friends for life. Interesting.
Fia, you see as you make this deal with Henry, you see a bunch of sprites.
Friendship is to be bartered for. That's what I learned from books.
You see a few sprites swirl around the two of you and make a little connection with two branches.
Ooh. Yeah.
I think they like you.
That is, I think, the first time they've ever showed a positive light around me.
Oh, well, I think that is, since sprites and fairies and whatnot are so into trickery, whenever you make a promise, that means a lot and there are dire consequences. So I guess what just happened there is that you made an oath to Miss Fia.
We made an oath of friendship.
I get it now. Okay, no going back on that.
All right then, all in. Huh, Zerk? You want to be in on this, Zerkuska?
I look at my little sprite that I imagine is still hanging out and say, we want in on this?
You see the sprite swirls around and connects a new magical branch. So there's a three-way branch between the three of you.
Yeah, what the heck? I'm pretty lonely too. Why not?
Oh dear, we are in it now. Miss Sadie, I will find this man who did this to you, and I will kill him. And he will never find his bones, because I will bury each one so far from each other.
Thea, you see Spritel begins to glow bright green and goes between you and her, and you see you all have made this pact to bring justice to Fergus Whitlock. You see Spritel glows green. And you see
you really don't need to do that, Spritel.
Branch come out between
Oh, there they go.
You three and the Banshee. And she just goes, thank you.
Yes, it will be easy, I'm sure of this.
What have we done?
We really need a sprite lawyer.
I am, yes, I
Spritel
am
fucking
very
sold you
worried
out.
about what I have promised.
Spritel, what the fuck?
Sometimes you're just being polite, Spritel. Not everything's a contract.
Yeah, we have to go over a cue when we're lying and when we're comforting someone.
Spritel, have you ever heard of a handshake deal? It's we can be a little more informal about this.
We need the space to send a text afterwards and bail.
Okay, so Spritel, just want a point of clarification. If we somehow don't manage to kill Fergus, just spitballing, what would happen to us?
Zerk, you see Spritel begins to just kind of buzz and glow green. You know Spritel can't really talk, but you do hear Bookfar pipe up, and he goes, well, it is known that if one is to break a pact witnessed by a sprite, then you would be confronted by some type of more powerful fairy who would probably menace you until you either managed to complete your task or the fairy managed to destroy you.
Okay.
Like a Leishi of the forest or Vodyanoi of the lake.
So, something like that.
I don't want to be menaced.
Or just a bigger fairy with a hammer or something like that.
Could be a fairy with a hammer.
Okay. All right, so if we fuck this up, Spritel's going to call his big brother and beat us up with a hammer.
And as we had said before, we shall avenge you, miss.
That was a promise. That is a contract. We did not specify a timeline. I want everyone to remember.
That's true.
There is no...
Spritel, I know you know how to write. You could really be writing all this down and then presenting it to us. It doesn't need to be so informal. I'm just saying we can work on your legal negotiation skills.
Spritel is just fully chasing a squirrel through a tree.
We're going to go in there and we're going to try to get you your job back. Spritel, that's not a promise. It is not a promise.
I hold Spritel, so you cannot.
You see, like, already making this, like, little tree
It's
between
not.
you guys.
It is not.
Ah, get him
I
out of here.
I get a fairy net and I catch him.
We're going to try in earnest.
If
and
he
that is
does
all.
not circumambulate us, it does not count.
Spritel, get in your jar. Get in your jar.
Let's get you your sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grab Spritel in my hand and squeeze him and say, we will help you do this thing.
Just furiously
But
buzzing,
we will not promise that we will do it. We will help you do this thing.
wiggling in your
With
hands.
all of our available spirit and
We're gonna
willpower.
do our best.
Stop it.
Our level
Stop it.
best.
Thank you
Indeed.
to both of you. I don't know what I do to deserve such help, but I will try to repay you in any way I can.
We can start with some potato skins.
Oh, all right. I did sort of walk into that promise, and I'm not a cook. And
Spritel, what do you say, Spritel? You want to confirm
all
that
right,
shit?
Yes,
I
Spritel,
go
we can
dig
do it
in
for
the
this one.
woods looking for a potato. She wants us to avenge her death.
Yeah. Contractually.
Shh, don't bring up the contract. We're doing this for honor, not fear. Not fear of fairy contract.
You see,
Just really worried about that hammer.
so look, I know a civil war within the Rooks isn't your fight, but we can still be of use to each other as, like, companions or whatever, if you want to call it that. If you want to say friends, okay. Like, am I going to stop you?
From what I learned, to become a friend, a fairy must dance around you.
You see Spritel
Oh,
comes
no.
out.
Okay. All right.
And begins going around. And you see Sib instantly puts their hands up and goes, I'm not making any promises right now, okay? This is really quick.
All right, cool. Yeah,
This is
keep
really
cash,
quick
keep
for
cash.
like, any kind of internal friend pact or something, but let's just,
Oh,
let's say buddies for now.
I'm sorry. I misread the situation.
Spritel takes a half lap for buddies for now.
Right, okay. Spritel takes a half lap. Look, you're going to guilt me. You didn't kill me. I consider us acquaintances at this point. Hell,
Spritel,
Ah.
stay chill. Spritel.
if you would like to help me and help us, I'm going to need some insurance, a fairy promise.
Oh, we are well versed in those.
Normally, I wouldn't divulge any of this to anyone, really, besides a few select blades, but times are dire and
Membership is dry.
membership is indeed dry. So, if I get your word, then I believe we can be of help to each other.
What promise do you need of us? Before we let the fairies fly around, you know.
Yeah, we're already mired in these promises, so we just want to get a little bit
So
low up
many
top.
promises, the drama of it all, broken promises, kept promises.
Spritel.
I live for the drama.
I do too, Spritel. I really do.
You see Kenley pours himself a glass of wine into a silver goblet, and you see he goes, should you try to tell anyone of the Guardian's great secret, may your throat go dry and the words stay hidden behind your teeth.
What is the great secret? So I know not to say it.
You see, he takes a sip and he goes, if I were to tell you that, there'd be no reason to make a promise. So you guys all drink this wine. And the way this fairy promise is going to work, you guys feel, once again, you see like Spritel glow, and you do see that there are sprites in this room. I neglected to mention. You see that there are sprites in here kind of floating around and playing these little gold lights everywhere. And you do see they circle you guys as you make this drink and this bond. There is a green glow in his eyes as he reads you. And after a moment, they flash back to their natural violet. And he goes, you, my friend, have broken a fairy promise.
God damn it.
As I say this, blood is spitting up out of my mouth. Here's the deal. I'm just going to keep fighting you unless you make a promise in the witnessing of this fairy that you will never go after Batilda ever again.
But the thing about that is that it's just so much gold.
I bring the horn to my lips.
All right. I promise I will not go after Batilda specifically.
Maybe we should make us say like inadvertently either, or like peripherally, tangentially.
I will give you, it's really simple. You're adding words to save your ass, and I'm going to shave them away.
All right.
Just say, I will never go after Batilda.
I might sneeze into the horn, and that would count as blowing.
All right.
Really
I will not go after Batilda.
Okay, Spritel, can you please make this pact?
Do us proud.
You see Spritel whizzes around Fia and Quick Blast, and you see little like strings of green magic. You see she holds her hand out. There's some like fairy magic in it, some green pixie dust. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to write a bad story. We're going to keep throwing out drafts until we get this right.
Okay. Over and over and over again. Repetition. Till it's perfect.
Until it's perfect.
I owe Alette that. Give me that chance with those many chances. I'll get it right eventually.
You see she extends her hand.
Here goes nothing. I shake it.
You shake it. And you see as she shakes your hand, a bunch of sprites surround your hand, and a fairy promise is made.
Can you oversee a fairy promise for me?
Of course.
Make them promise not to say anything that they just saw on my face.
Okay, this is all going to be a secret between us. That
Right.
Fia has a crush on Arena.
No, that you can't
Okay,
say it like
I can't
this.
say it.
Let's make one last promise that I'll keep.
Okay.
To protect Arena and to protect each other.
Okay.
I don't think we need a fairy for that one, but Spritel, you're a part of this team, so get in here anyway.
You see Spritel, instead of doing the fairy promise thing, just puts their little hand in the middle.
And Philip, get fucking in here.
Fine, like I give a shit. Instantly it's in the middle.
Don't be shy, Spoonie.